Hello there guys, Francis Gray here, and today we're going to be taking this Hitman Agent 47 statue and we're going to be customising it into everyone's favourite clown prince of crime, the Joker. Okay guys, so if you're a regular viewer of my channel, you might recognise this statue from a previous build. Basically in that build I took this statue apart and then painted it, put it together, made it on a scratch built base and added loads of little nicks and knacks of little Easter eggs, and I turned it into the character Deadpool, or Deadpool cosplaying as like a James Bond kind of figure. So while I was working on that, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we did the exact same idea, but this time we based it on the character the Joker. So same idea, scratch built base on a Lazy Susan. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do for the flooring yet. I've got a couple of ideas, but I need to tweak and have a look and see if that would work or not. But for the most part, yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove the statue from this plastic-y base, because I'm really not a fan of this base. We're going to take the main figure from the chair, we're going to paint the chair up separate, we're going to take all the parts, or the key parts to the statue apart, paint them up individually, and I'm going to replace this head with a 3D printed head of the Joker. And then obviously we need to get rid of the tie, because as we all know, the Joker doesn't really wear ties. So yeah, sit back and enjoy as we pimp this guy out into everyone's favourite clown. Okay guys, so I'll put these parts to one side and we'll come back to these in a bit. Now as you can see there, all these pegs came out, but this one snapped off unfortunately. So I might have a look, see if I can find that and maybe glue and pin that back into place, and then these can be used as like a peg system to glue it to the base. So we'll get back to that. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself there. So yeah, back to taking this guy apart. Oh my goodness, oh my goody gumdrops. That took a lot of effort. Oh good, so the tie does come off, so that'll make this a lot easier to sculpt in later. So I'm not too sure if the head is separate, but I'll try. Okay guys, so the head does come off. So what I can do next is I can take some measurements from this and then mess about with the STL file and then print off a Joker head that should be the exact same size and scale that we can just put in there. So let's have a recap. So the head don't need, I'm sure it'll come in handy down the road for something else. The feet and the legs I'm just going to leave as is. Not going to take any more of that apart. And then we've got this hand, and then we've got the gun. So I'll put the gun somewhere safe because I'm going to leave that for now. So yeah, so for the next part I think we should go ahead and grey prime these key parts. Okay guys, I've gone ahead and I mixed some milliput, so let's go ahead and sculpt this part over. Okay guys, so now that we've gone ahead and we've give this a good white prime, for the next part I want to go in with some bumblebee yellow and I want to highlight the shirt. Okay guys, so now that I've gone ahead and I've added the yellow base coat to all the shirts and the socks, etc. For the next part I'm going to go over it with some normal blue tack, and we're going to make like a protective barrier layer, and then we can all think about spray painting the rest of it. Okay guys, so now that all parts have been masked over, let's go ahead and give it a nice purple spray paint. Okay guys, so now that this purple's dry, on second viewing or on reflection, I'm not a huge fan of that purple. I thought it would have been a bit more vibrant than what it is. It's dried a bit dull, so I don't know if it's showing up on the camera or not. So what I'm going to do is, instead I'm going to go over it with some Imperial Purple from Games Workshop. Okay guys, so now that we've gone ahead and we've topped up the purple, As you can see there, some of it leaked over, so we're gonna have to redo the yellows again. So I can't just go straight in with yellow because all this stainage was just keep seeping through all the time. So I'm gonna go in with some white. I'm gonna top over that first, and then we can go ahead and add the yellow at a later stage. Okay guys, I've got a bit of leftover Aves epoxy from a different project that I don't want to go to waste. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to sculpt a waistcoat. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry. Okay guys, so for the next bit I wanted to introduce you to two new parts. So this here is a bow tie which I 3D printed on filament. Now it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but it is a good base. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this around the sides, and then I might go over the top of it with some milliput to make it look a bit more presentable. And that should go on the front of just under his shirt there, like that. So that's the general idea. So I'll crack on with that now, but before I go ahead and do that, I just want to introduce this bit as well. So this part here is the flower, you know, where he sprays like the acid out on. This was actually to a different Joker kit. This was to the Horizon Joker kit. I do have a spare kit that I'm going to customise later down the road into something else, so I don't currently need this part of that kit, so this will work fantastic for this build now. So yeah, so I'll put this to one side and then I'll concentrate on this for this now. Okay guys, so at first glance that's worked okay. So for the next part I'll go ahead and mix some milliput. Okay guys, so that seems to have worked alright at first glance, so I'll go ahead and I'll leave this to dry. I might tidy it up a little bit with the Dremel, but for the most part I'm happy with that. Okay guys, so for the next part, now I needed a couple of different variants of different Joker heads. So I had a look on Thingiverse and I managed to download a couple of free files. So I got like the classic cartoon version, the Mark Hamill version of the Joker. And then I also downloaded a few, like a more stereotypical, I suppose, a comic version of the Joker. So I basically uploaded the file into Matter Control, and then I took me time in slicing the main head away from the body or from the base,
and then obviously deleting the base and keeping the head and saving that as a separate STL file. So I did that with the two different variants of Joker head, and then then I just saved them both together, and then I uploaded them into my resin printer software slicer, and luckily they both managed to fit just nice. So yeah, so I just added some supports, and yeah, let's go ahead and print these out.
Okay guys, so here are the two heads now printed off. So both turned out okay. I prefer this one over this one though, because originally the first idea I had was more the classic animated Joker, but that just I don't know, it just doesn't seem to flow as well, and also compared to the body, it tends to look a little bit on the small side. So I don't like to let things go to waste, so I'm pretty sure I can use this somehow. Now there was a printing error, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but as you can see there, it printed off his hairline twice, and I don't really understand why. I need to check the STL file again, but I don't think that was like that, so I don't know if there was an error in the code or if an error on the printer. So yeah, if you have any ideas why that was there, please let me know in the description, in the comment section down below, and hopefully we can edit that out so we don't have to see any of that happening again. So yeah, I'll put this to one side because I don't think I'm going to use that head for the main head. So this is a lot better. The only problem is I think I might have printed it off a little bit too large. So yeah, I can see this. I'll put it up against the main body. So as you can see there, that it fits on the neck quite nice, but overall that head is a little bit on the large side. So I'm still umming and ahhing. It's either it's bang on or it's a little bit over. So yeah, so for the next part, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean this up a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give both heads a grey prime. Okay guys, so with this head being too on the large side for the body, I went ahead and I printed the same file, but this time smaller. Yay! So you can see there's quite a difference. So we'll save this for a future project. So in the meantime, we'll crack on with this. So I've already gone ahead and I've already placed it on the body. I'll just quickly show you that. So as you can see there, that is a much better size. So yeah, so I'm going to give this a little bit of a clean up with the Dremel, because there's a few little support struts sticking out, and then we can go ahead and we can grey prime it. So, but before we go ahead and do that, I just want to introduce another piece. I found this file on Thingiverse, which is of a one of those creepy musical monkeys from way back when, attached to what looks like some kind of makeshift bomb. So the person who made this, the name will be here right now, and on Thingiverse, basically she has applied it like it's like a full diorama to download, and now basically everything on Thingiverse is free to download, but she only incorporated this one file, and it was kind of more of an advert to link to a site where you can buy the full thing, the full diorama, which is a very nice looking diorama. But I think because we're making our own today, I think that this file being a free file, I think it was too good to pass up. So yeah, thank you to the person who made this. I will now clean this up as well, and then we can grey prime them both, and then hopefully we can incorporate them into the diorama. Okay guys, so there's the head all grey primed. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a coat of mushroom grey. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with this nice rich emerald green nail polish, and I'm going to go carefully over the waistcoat. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry, and then I'll go over it with one more coat layer, and then I'll take off this blue tack. Okay guys, so for the next part I'll go ahead and I'll work on the bow tie. Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some metallic blue nail polish.
Perfect. Perfect.
3 hours later.
Okay, so the milli put is hardened, and it's nicely filled in these seam lines, but it has took away a little bit of the paint and discoloured it a little bit, so I need to go back in with some more imperial purple. In other news, the neck is dried as well, but for some reason it seems to have fused in place. I can't actually remove the head, so I suppose that saves me a job gluing it later on, but it has made it a little bit more difficult because it means that I'm going to have to paint the head while the body's still attached. So yeah, so for the next part I'm going to go in with some more imperial purple. I'm going to hide these seam lines, and then we can start thinking about adding a bit more detail to the face.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Okay guys, so for the next part I'm going to go in with a number 1 Revell gloss, and I'm going to basically just give a highlight to the eyes and the mouth area. Okay guys, that seems to have worked really well, so for the next part I think we should start work on the legs. Okay guys, we'll go ahead and we'll leave that a couple of hours to fully dry. Okay guys, so now that the gun's all painted up and dried, for the next part I thought it would be a cool idea is if we incorporated one of those comical bang signs. So let's go on the computer and make a 3D file. Okay guys, so here is the two halves of the same bang flag or bang logo. So they were printed off on filament, on PLA filament, so there is a few little bits that need cleaning up, but I modelled it so there was a little groove in the top there. I don't know if it's showing up on the camera or not. Right at the top there on either side. So when housed together there should be a little hole. It's probably not showing up on the camera, but yeah, there's a little hole there, and that is going to have a little bit of metal rod inserted in, glued in place, and then yeah, then we can think about grey priming it and painting it up and adding it to the gun. What fun! So yeah, so stay tuned, and I'll go clean these up and then I'll give them a quick spray paint of grey primer. Okay guys, so I've gone ahead and I've added a simple base coat of like a whitish colour to the bottom. So before we crack on with the rest of this build, I've already pre-cut a small thin piece of wire. So we need to incorporate that into the top of this groove here. I'm going to add some super glue and I'm going to sandwich it and then hold some clamps in place and then leave it to dry, and then hopefully we've got the beginnings of a bang flag. Okay guys, I'll go ahead and I'll leave that to dry. Okay guys, so first things first, I'm going to paint this bang flag. Okay guys, so for the next part, now that the gun's painted up and we've made the bang flag, we need to try and get this back into position. Okay guys, I don't think I need any glue because that's quite sturdy as is, so let's go ahead and add the flag. Okay guys, so what do you think of that? Me personally, I think so far this has worked really well, so I'm really happy with this so far. So this video is getting a little bit on the long side now, so I thought I'd call this one part 1 all wrapped up and done. So please join us back for part 2, where we'll be scratch building a new unique base for this guy to go on. And then hopefully we'll also get to add a bunch of Easter eggs to the character to really tie up the diorama. Yay! So yes, I've had a blast so far, so please join us back in part 2. And if you've liked this video so far, please smash that like button and share on Facebook and Twitter, because it helps new people find the YouTube channel, which I'm always appreciate. Thank you for your help. If you have any comments, comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button and then hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next part of this and any other future builds that I make. So once again, I'm Francis Gray and this is part 1 of the Joker diorama. I'll see you in part 2.